bolts and holes. Hello people on the internet. It's another installment of As the Small Potato Cooks. This is it. This is crunch time. I have to have this Audi TT put back together because I got like 2 weeks before the giveaway is done. And I still gotta film a car review for all of you. So if you're new and you wanna get caught up above my head is a link to the last video where I worked on this small potato, who I call TeeTer ToT, that I'm giving away to one of you. Link in the video description below on the giveaway and your chance to enter. Why did you stop cleaning? Go back to work. Thank you, bye. Yesterday, right after I got off a flight from Texas, I went straight to the shop and got to work finishing up the custom wiring harnesses for the heated seats on these Corbeau seats. So that way they'll control with the factory heated seat knobs on the dash of the TT. I figured since I already did that in the last video, there was no point in doing it again a second time for all of you on camera. Since I'm down to the wire now, Charlie came over today and he's going to help me knock out all the little things that are left on the TT, because this would be flat out impossible for just me by myself to do with that deadline looming. That I cannot miss the deadline for any reason. Do you want to put this thing up in the air?
I'm gonna, but I'm gonna put the seat in first.
Oh, bolt it?
Yeah, because there's room to have the door open now. There won't be when I put it on the lift.
Oh yeah, because we got the other seat bracket.
Yep.
So do you guys remember I accidentally had two of the same seat bracket for these Corbeau seats? Corbeau was quick on the spot to overnight the right bracket that I needed for the car. So that's awesome that they did that, because this is not a sponsored thing. I bought these out of pocket, yet they were super willing to go out of their way to overnight one of these and fix the situation. So I will absolutely buy seats from them again. I am more than satisfied with their service and the quality of the seats too. Why are you shaking so bad, little guy? Your butt is hopping. Oh, it had a soda cap and a piece of tape stuck in its brush. Poor little thing. You do a good sucking job. So have you guys watched my live stream that I just did this past weekend? I mentioned that the new replacement for the TT has been selected. I placed a deposit on it and should be getting the vehicle shipped to me within the next week or so. Do you approve?
I do.
The seat's hard mounted?
Yep.
What do you think of it?
Pretty nice.
Yeah?
Yep.
I know I said I was going to start on the Ranger, but I had to make a second order of parts to Rock Auto because there was a lot of little things that I was missing to assemble this correctly. Little robotic tadpole is attached to the bracket, which is attached to the seat. Now it matches the other side of the car. How do I do this geometrically? Geometry. There we go.
While Sarah's doing the seats, I have to figure out how to get this front mount intercooler all done and get rid of this like menagerie of stuff. So I got 90s and 145s and a couple of U-bends, and between that and all the boots is how we're going to do the intercooler piping. Hopefully we'll just end up with one rubber connection on each side, one here and one at the intercooler. Any more than that's too much.
I wish I could have replaced the seatbelt buttons. The red button part is a little faded. But that's probably being too excessive.
As far as the intercooler piping, I'm going to try to do it with as little pieces as possible. So it looks like from here to here, this 90-degree bend is going to do it. I just have to trim this end and this end to get it to fit.
So you're actually going to even have to weld anything, or is it going to be pretty close and good to go?
Ideally, it'd be pretty close. I think on the other side, because of the shape of all the tubes, I'm going to have to do some welding.
Bolts and holes. Bolts and holes. It's the Catalina wine mixer. That looks like that fits pretty good.
Yeah, I'm hoping the bumper clears it just fine, but it's pretty tight up into here, so.
Yeah, that's nice. So you got to redo is this guy right here. The only thing that's weird about it is this indentation, and I think this indentation right here was either to clear this, because you see how close the intercooler piping comes to the bumper bracket, or the inside of the front bumper cover itself. And then there was this weird situation going on here, which was like so janky.
But I have aluminum tubing now, and if you look at that, like that's gonna fit in the same spot.
Yeah. This should be interesting.
Oh, it clears by a mile.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Fresh.
Yep.
It's the final wipe down. Do 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 do. This stuff smells really good. Smells really, really good. Clean seats. Dude, these look so nice. If this video seems like it might be a little difficult to follow along with what's going on, welcome to the club, because it's very difficult for me to follow along with everything I have to do. And I pretty much have just today to make this video, because I gotta go get this other car here pretty soon.
Watch his eyes.
Are you polishing your pipe?
I am. With aluminum, you have to get the oxide layer off because the oxide layer on the outside has a higher melting temperature than aluminum does. So if you don't get it all off when you try to weld it, you'll be looking at your puddle through your welding hood, and the puddle will never form. And then all of a sudden the bottom will just drop out of the whole thing, and you'll melt a big, huge hole in it. This layer of oxide on the top of aluminum, it melts at a much higher temperature than the aluminum itself that's underneath.
So I realize some of you may be asking the question, why are you redoing the intercooler piping? How the hell did you have the car hooked up before? This is what was on the car before. This red piping with janky pieces of exhaust clamped in there to get these hoses to connect. That's why Charlie ordered some aluminium piping. It was a complete kit that came with a bunch of various size rubber boots and hose clamps to build your own intercooler piping.
So I had to take a TIG welder and weld some really ugly looking beads right here, but that's to keep the boot from sliding off. I was going to try and roll a bead in this with my bead roller, but the dies wouldn't fit inside the pipe, so I wasn't able to do that. So I had to weld these on there just to keep the boot from sliding off. Somebody's going to 100% armchair the shit out of me on that one, but...
You're not going to see it though. It's pointless to make those look pretty.
No, it's literally just a lump of crap to keep the boot from sliding off the end of the pipe. That's all it is.
Before I put the headlights on, if you notice, this headlight has a busted tab on it, like the other side, to mount it to the radiator core support. It's super common for stuff like that to happen on cars, especially if I've been in minor fender benders, and usually you just gotta buy a whole new headlight. It's a huge pain in the ass when it's just a little tab that busts off. Because these headlights were made by Bosch for Audi, you'll notice down inside here, there's a little hole underneath that busted off tab. Reason being, they actually made a repair kit to fix busted tabs so you don't have to buy a whole new headlight, which no other manufacturer I've ever seen does something like this. Comes as a kit, and it comes with every single tab for one headlight along with the hardware, so you can rebuild the factory headlight. And on top of that, something else, and it's kind of hard to find these parts now, but Bosch actually sold a replacement clear lens for these headlights. So if they ever got yellowed or pitted, you could just remove the outer lens and replace it without having to replace the whole headlight. A little bit of surgery here. Stinks. Stinks, stinks, stinks. This thing's tight. Tight, tight, tight. Tuco Salamanca. What? And there you go. A freshly repaired headlight. Good as new. That's really strong, actually. And I know I need to clean that. I'll clean it, don't worry. Okay. Ah. Ah. These labels came in not really handy because I remembered where everything went anyway. Ugh. Looks like a brontosaurus from Jurassic Park. Lower hard line. I'm glad I labeled that one. That made sense. I just ate half a large bag of Doritos off camera. Yep.
This car's about a 50-50, right?
I think it's slightly nose heavy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on mine.
Do you have an adapter on yours or no?
No.
I was trying my best to knock all this work out in one day, but this is not inhumanly possible. Not inhumanly possible. Not humanly possible? Even with Charlie helping out. This is a ton of work, and it's really hard to film this stuff. So, Manana. Hola! I am Sarah the Explorer. That's so fucking stupid. I'm at the Junkyard because there's a TeeTer ToT that just popped up here 1 day ago. And Charlie came with me. He's the one that found it.
Hello.
You just search junkyards every day, I guess.
I'm a habitual junkyard and Craigslist searcher.
And it's silver. And it's a vert. Oh, it's got the engine plastic. Man, I paid like $60 for that piece. Oh, good.
The only piece it has.
The bracket. I need that bracket.
The taillights are super nice too if you need anything.
Are they? What?
It has a perfect
glove box? Really?
Yes.
It looks like this was sitting in a used car lot and they just gave up on it because there's another sticker over there that says dealer. So they probably just like, yeah, screw it, send it to the scrapyard. It's got an absolute mint set of the 5 spokes on here. All 4 of them have like no curb rash. It's an AMU, same as mine.
Yeah, so it's a 225 car.
Yep, so literally same engine, great.
Except it's a vert.
Yeah.
It's the only difference.
I don't think I need to take anything else off this vacuum hose wise. Yeah, all these little heat blankets are really nice. So I'm gonna take all those. Hell yeah, these charge pipe brackets are so hard to find. I couldn't even find them online when I was looking for them. This is total luck right here, absolute luck.
There isn't a center hanger in this car.
There is none?
No.
It's missing?
Missing or doesn't have it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's charge pipe.
One whole ass Audi glove box.
Oh my god, it's perfect. Oh, there's a little blanket that goes, oh sweet, there's a little heat blanket up there too. All these little heat wrap blankets that button together are mint on this thing, and the ones on mine are either missing or trash. And there's this one right here that bolts to the back of the valve cover, and one that I don't even have at all that goes around this back boot for the charge pipe. And then I already took the bracket for the charge pipe. So I'm so glad this car was here. This was so luck to find this because these never show up in the junkyards around here. I'm so happy right now that we found this. So close to the end of the giveaway too. Because now it's gonna be complete. This is like literally everything we needed for the car. Aha. This thing, I searched the internet for this thing and I couldn't even find this bracket or its existence.
Yeah.
As a good rule of thumb, it's always important to check your surrounding 50-foot radius at a junkyard for other gems that you didn't look up on the computer system. Poor little NA Miata, absolutely munched. Had some aftermarket wheels on there. B5A4, 1.8T. That about sums up that person's day when this car ended up coming here. A little T5 Volvo S40. Ooh, really? T5 Volvo S40, is it a manual? Because that would be lovely. Oh, it's an auto. Still, 5-pot. Little compressor, 230 compressor. I always liked these cars. I feel they didn't really get much love. I thought that they were kind of cool though. The area that I'm at is mostly European cars. I've kind of noticed there's some Japanese cars in this area, but looks like mostly European over here. Oh, here we go. This is an N55 or a N54 car. What? First of all, what is going on with this thing? The fender, why? I hate these things. Hey, it's a Merc. Big Merc V8 in here. It's a S430, maybe? Let's see what the trunk says. What kind of car is this? Yep, S430. Man, someone better get here and grab these 5 spokes on this TT because these things are mint. There's a lot of good parts. The top is still perfect on this thing too.
Other than missing the back window.
Oh yeah. Bye TT. Thank you for your parts. You don't belong in a junkyard. This thing was honestly nicer than my car when I got my car. I think that was a pretty good haul to the junkyard. You agree?
Definitely.
There's mosquitoes though.
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here.
Okay. Absolutely coming back to this new pull and save. These people here are so incredibly nice. This is an awesome experience. That glove box alone made this trip worth it. I know I just repaired mine, but you know how bad my OCD is. I want it like perfection. So thank you for finding that online.
You're welcome. I knew my habitual Craigslist / junkyard browsing would pay off.
Yeah, because I've like once in 3 years have I seen a TT in a junkyard. Here's the Salvage yard haul right here. $130 worth of parts to include all the heat shield blankets, front splash guards, fuse box lid, some miscellaneous vacuum hoses that were missing, brackets for the charge pipe, miscellaneous engine brackets, safety triangle, miscellaneous hardware, battery trim cover, 2 battery cables, and a perfect condition working glove box. See, it opens. That is a good haul right there. Most importantly though, this entire trip was to get the exhaust hangers since they're discontinued, no longer manufactured. Well, you could buy them, but nothing would ship. It said that were in stock, but they were not in stock. The website was wrong. Come on. Oh, that's awesome. So there's that hanger on that side. And then this one is on over there. I decided just in case this car goes to a state that does do emissions that I am welding in a high flow cat in the mid pipe. So it will have a high flow cat on it. I just didn't want to cause that kind of a pain in the neck for someone. They win a car and then all of a sudden they're like, oh great, I have to go do this, so it'll just pass emissions. So this is probably a good stopping point for the video. The next video for sure should be first start and probably first drive of the car, because it's just a few little things left to do, buttoning it up. And remember, if you want to win, down in the video description below. Bye.